And it's not that I'm nervous about people knowing my name. I just like to build an identity around my name as opposed to just because I think that's cool. I don't know how cool it actually is, but that's what I want to do. It's especially cool in a case like Black Lucky. Even if you're Black Lucky State. He doesn't exist on the internet. Like he's a guy. No one knew him. No one. Okay. And he did a bunch of movies.
Let's do one more level.
Yeah, I think we could get a boss fight in there.
So this is the Act 2 boss fight. You fight Eggman once in Act 1. That is not language.
No, but
fight him in Act 1. Now you're fighting him in Act 2. Oh. It's on fire. So, yeah. So, one problem with this level is that, well, it's very not this level because you just fought Eggman as first Sonic, and then he gets affected by the time thing, and then you're fighting, well, I guess it's supposedly a different level.
Yeah, that's the distinction there is Dr. Robotnik versus Dr. Eggman.
It's switching! Attacking with its body
So,
and tail!
as old Sonic, presumably you fought Dr. Robotnik, and now you're fighting Eggman, and because they're the same person at different points in time, they have just happened to conceive the exact same we'll have to see. I will go tell the
Nope, you were fighting a different guy.
Oh, okay.
Come on. The annoying part about this ice section is that if you get hit, by the time you stop flashing invincibly, you're at the next set of rings. Unless you...
Wall jump to get out of the way!
Never mind.
Attack its head!
Yeah.
Attack its belly!
So basically with the ice, you're controlling ice to basically die.
You can't die in this section. You can die if he interrupts it to do another section, but... Yeah, there's no danger as he's shooting ice at you unless you're stupid and jump over the rings.
Which, especially if you have an incredibly delayed reaction.
That's right.
And then you hit it, and then you hit jump, and then you go over it. Take anything we say with a grain of salt.
Wait, are you still on that train of thought?
Kind of.
That's the other part about you're slightly annoying auto turn. You don't feel like you're really
But at the same time, you forgot to turn because...
So why didn't I use all my rings?
I know in the 3D, so in old Sonic games, when you got hit, you would drop all your rings. And you could literally pick them all back up if you were skilled. Yeah. In the modern ones, presumably because of like change of pace. It was such that no matter how many rings you had, you would lose all of them, you would only drop like one.
Although there was a limit to, like on the nest, there was a limit to how many objects could be on screen.
Here goes! It was never on.
Sorry. Yes.
Time for a change of pace.
So maybe the...
I think technologically, when Sega's systems existed, they were always
Just need to break its butt!
And it's
Almost there!
Did Extra Credits just do an episode on that? I think
all
they
but
did.
the most recent extra credits.
So, one of the episodes they did was talking about how just the specifications of the system allow you to tell whether or not it's going to do well. And they're like, no, that's not the case. And so then they brought up a bunch of examples, like they brought up the 3DS and the Vita. Obviously the Vita is more powerful, but if you just look at numbers of sales alone, there's no way the Vita can come anywhere close to competing with 3D. Like regardless of how good either of them
Regular
are,
skydiving won't work! Use the X button to go faster and catch up!
they said one of the things with Sega was they always had top-end technology, but people couldn't afford it. So that may be why they could afford it. And there may have been a cap on it, just like in 3D games, it's at 20. And it was just, but that cap seems more limited by performance, whereas the 20 could be limited by performance. More. It could also be a conscious game. So I think there's some penalty, especially since this is a kind of a very sport-based game. So, I mean, it doesn't matter how many games you collect. If you get hit, you can only get 20 back, and that will affect your score at the end of the level.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's interesting. So the scoring is another thing. Is that first of all, they stole music straight from some of the
Somebody should probably also stop smacking the I don't have a shock mounted in case you didn't notice it.
Oh, okay. I will stop. I'll start doing this. And
prepare for some editing later. Okay?
Yeah. just everyone's like, what are they talking about? Because we're solid it out. Okay, so yes. Yeah, so we talked about that boss actually very little. But yeah, so that's
we did talk about that boss very It seemed okay. At the beginning cutscene, it showed you the 2 weak points without telling you that they were weak points because those were the 2 places Eggman was.
until Omochao tells you you can hit the spots where.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, they could have left it at the cutscene, I guess, because it's Eggman and there's a blinking force field over it, and blinking is hit.
Yeah.
And then also, as you got close, it would give you the little target thing, which could be good or could be bad. I think it's okay. But at the same time, some people would probably be like, "Oh my goodness, you can't just point at it because that's bad. You need to let them figure it out for themselves." But whatever. Exactly, and whatever. I'm okay with it. Okay. And you know, I made a video with so
No, you shouldn't just stop talking. Always talk. So yeah, so here's the skill shop, which is sort of one thing we should touch on before we go. So you have skill customizations. This skill set. So right now I have power, endless boost on it. You have different endless boost, like you can boost forever. Supposedly, I don't think it works. Oh, that's what it is. It removes the limit from your boost bar, so you can just keep collecting. Which is weird. Not actually what I thought you suggested it was.
No, yeah, that sounds like it'll let you do forever, like mash X and go forever.
This is Supersonic. Apparently Supersonic is so freaking good that it's the only skill you will ever need.
Is that true or not?
No, it's not. It's like the lightning shield is better if temporary. But then you have, you can buy things, extra life, all this stuff. But these are all skills, which is weird. I don't know, it's odd.
It's interesting, yeah.
But it seems like one of these things that like, so skill customization right now, I have athleticism on, but I've never noticed it.
What does it do?
It's less speed moving uphill. That like it just slightly improves your character's abilities. Makes you ever so slightly more mobile. But
what is the point of that?
no. Good question. Yeah, it seems. What is the point of that? Is the question. Why is this here? It doesn't do a lot.
It seems like it almost. I mean, regardless of how good or not, it feels like they're just like, hey, RPGs are popular, let's shove this in.
Or like they came up with a bunch of different builds of the character's abilities, and they're like, well, should we choose this number or the other number? Oh, let's just give them the option. Call it a skill.
And the numbers, 2 are fine.